नमस्कार, आप सभी का एक बार फिर से स्वागत है एफटीएम न्यूज हिंदी में, जहां पर इस बार हम लोग लेके आए हैं अपने इंटरव्यू सीरीज में ऐसे लोग जो कि एजुकेशन सेक्टर में या फिर किसी भी जिस तरह की न्यू इन्फॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी अभी इंडस्ट्री में चल रही है, देश में चल रही है, उसको लेके ऐसे लोगों से हम आपकी बातचीत कराते हैं। तो आज हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं कृत्रिमा प्रज्ञा के फाउंडर मिस्टर तरुण रमेश अग्रवाल जी। बहुत बहुत स्वागत है सर आपका हमसे जुड़ने के।
Thank you. Thank you, Aarti. It's a pleasure being here. Okay. And my name is Tarun Agarwal. We have founded this company called Kritrima Prajna Innovations Private Limited. And इसके अंदर हमने जो product develop किया है, the product is a completely make in India, a truly make in India product in the field of STEM education. Classically, what is happening, what makes us unique is classically the players that are using platforms to learn and teach coding, they are all using third-party international product. And we identified some of the very core peculiar challenges which gave us the need to develop a product that is completely make in India, specifically for India, so that is more relatable and definitely helps a better workflow for the teachers and the students. And that is the reason why we created a product, EducoBot, which is 100% make in India product.
Yeah. I just want to know more about EducoBot, like how it is work,
Sure.
what the basically, what kind of education or what kind of services you provide to this platform.
Sure. So EducoBot as a journey, it derives, if you see EducoBot, so edu is for education, CO stands for colleague, and BOT is the bot. So it's a colleague and a bot. So it's someone that is a colleague, it's a bot, but it's a colleague for you in your education journey. And the purpose of designing this product is focused on STEM education. And out of the STEM field, we are focused on specifically coding and robotics. Okay. And the reason we've identified this product, or the reason we've developed this product, because classically we identified a few challenges that existed currently. Let's look at our scenario as a country now. It's such a vast country. We have the amount of schools that we have and the amount of faculty that is required to teach a subject like a coding and a robotics is substantial. So getting that much of trained faculty is not really very practical. And that is the reason what we did is we created a tool for school and a tool for teacher, one can say, and a good tool as well for the students, where a teacher would be able to upskill themselves. Okay, teachers with a basic coding background or no coding background, but a basic computer knowledge, but definitely science and math would help, are now using EducoBot able to learn and teach at the same time. Because the way we've designed this concept, sorry?
So basically like platform for both teachers and the students.
And the students. We call it more a tool for teacher and the school, because here, using the help of this platform, the teachers are very easily able to understand, apply, and at the same time pass on the knowledge to the students. It's basically giving confidence to the teachers that they have a support if required, and they are able to seamlessly deliver a great journey to the students. Okay, and that is what made our product unique. Is we circumvented one of the very crucial challenge is a trained faculty, where with EducoBot a faculty can train, upskill, and at the same time teach, which saves a lot of time for the institutes to train or get a trained teacher and then apply the concepts or the knowledge into the school system. Okay. The other aspect that we also identified, let's look at it from a lens of a student point of view. Okay. Students को what would happen is usually the approach would be कि ये videos हैं, आप ये videos देख लो, and videos से देख के you are able to replicate the information. It's a great medium, but is video the best way? Okay. And why we believe it wasn't the best way? One is the screen time, where everyone believes that the screen time should be reduced for the students. Okay. Secondly, interactivity. A student, imagine a scenario, I'm as a student, I'm learning a lesson in programming. I am looking at a video on one device, and then I'm replicating the instruction on another device. Or maybe in one device, I first minimize the video, then apply the instructions, and then open the video. So it is a lot of effort for the child to go back and forth. Okay. Whereas in EduCobot, we call it an interactive learning, where we do not have any videos. What we have done is we've created a completely AI-driven module, which is interactively guiding the student as they go along in the journey. So this makes it a lot more progressive and a lot more easier, and saves at least 70% of the screen time of the student, because he's not juggling between two screens. He's not looking at an endless video trying to learn something. And it's progressively learning as well. So as he's applying the concept, he's also learning progressively. So he's able to learn much faster and in a lot more fun way. So that is another challenge we identified. The next challenge we also identified is when a student is given a task, and when he's trying to do a task on his own, it's great that they are able to allowed to tinker. It's great that they're allowed to problem solve themselves, and that's how it should be. But there is a majority of students which, after a point, gave up because they were not able to uh, complete the task, and that's what made them lose the motivation or the interest. ये मेरे लिए नहीं है. This is not for me. Okay, they may have the mindset, they may have some great perspective about technology or the ideas about technology or what they can add value or how they can solve a particular problem. But because there was a roadblock, they sort of gave up. "Kenny, this is not for me." Okay. So that is another aspect which we were able to circumvent and troubleshoot and fix with EduCobot. Because now a student has a help at a click away. Okay, and when we say that, it's not just about a click, it's not that some video will pop up and the child is able to see a video. No, it is interactive guided module, which will instantly come and support and help a student. And what we did is we've also gamified this platform. So what happens is we because the each lesson or each task is pegged to a point. So now when the student calls out for a help from the EduCobot AI system, there are certain points that are debited. So because we have a concept of leaderboard, where every school has a leaderboard, so the students have this added motivation to earn more points or more coins so that they remain on the top of the board. So now the psychologically how it works well is a student knows I have support if I need, but now it's his choice whether he wants that or not. Okay. So that gives them an added motivation to do better because there are points. And sometimes they can help label, so in the next following lesson, they can always cover up the loss. So this is what makes our journey a lot more inclusive and engaging, especially as far as STEM as a subject is concerned, or coding and robotics is concerned.
So if I ask you, what kind of opportunities you see in this field, basically in the STEM field, and specifically because you are working in coding and robotics. So I want that you tell the students who are watching this video, like what kind of opportunities there are in future in this stream, like in STEM stream.
Okay. So that's a good question. In fact, Aarti, whenever we are approaching this discussion about STEM journey, I think the beauty of STEM journey is we always say that we don't expect every child to become a programmer. We don't expect every child to become a robotic engineer or an electronic engineer. No, certainly not. Because not all can do the same thing. The beauty of this journey is because it is interactive and practical learning. The STEM subject gives a child to create, to innovate, to look at the lens changes. The way you look at the lens or the world around you, it changes substantially, because suddenly when you see a problem, you're first not seeing it as a problem, you're seeing as what solution can be applied to it. So the beauty of this journey is the mindset of the students gets lot more evolved, and they are able to add a lot more value in any choice of field that they take, because then they are having a very objective and a beautiful perspective of how can I solve this problem or how can I add a value to the situation.
So, sir, my next question is about like because recently in this year budget सरकार ने बहुत सारा बजट एजुकेशन सेक्टर पे लगाया है, मतलब अब तक का आई गेस सबसे ज्यादा बजट पिछले सालों में अब तक का सबसे ज्यादा बजट एजुकेशन फील्ड हुआ है, और स्पेसिफिकली स्टेम एजुकेशन की वहां बात की गई है कि हमें उसे और डेवलप करना है, फ्लरिश करना है.
Correct.
So my question is that because you are in the field, you know the ground reality. पार्लियामेंट में जो डिस्कशन हो रहे हैं, जो बजट डिसाइड किए जा रहे हैं, दैट वाज अ डिफरेंट थिंग, बट ग्राउंड रियलिटी में मैं जानना चाहती हूँ कितना गवर्नमेंट का सपोर्ट मिलता है ऐसे प्लेटफॉर्म्स को और फ्लरिश करने के लिए, या किसी भी तरीके से जो भी इस फील्ड में आना चाहते हैं उन लोगों को, आप लोगों को कितनी हेल्प मिलती.
So it's a tricky question. I don't know how to play it, but the right way is, see, I think the government has a lot on their plate. Okay, and this department is a, or this STEM as an education field is a highly evolved field. I think while the government is trying to, through initiatives like Atal Tinkering Lab, they are trying to implement a lot of, in a lot of schools, a journey. But I guess what is missing is understanding what is not working. So, for example, there are some over 10,000 schools that have received the support, and they have actually received the support. But I think the challenge that exists with all of this infrastructure is most of these schools have received these facilities like the robotic kits, the computers, the digital lab, but due to lack of trained faculty, either because of the lack of faculty, the setup is not being utilized, or due to the students, the student आज घर पे अगर school पे practice कर रहा है, now how does he go and apply the same journey back home? Okay, because all these technologies that are being delivered to schools are limited to be running on a computer system. Okay, now घर पे हर बच्चे के computer नहीं है, and that is exactly some of the challenges which we have fixed, where using EduCobot, one is the faculty is sorted. Secondly, a student can actually practice on any device and apply the learnings on any device. So I guess it's a balance that needs to be struck. And yes, government needs to definitely have an open eye and open vision to meet the new startups, see what they are cooking and see what they are thinking of, understanding their lens. So I guess that whole module where we actually can interact with the right authorities, or the education ministers, or the principal secretaries in education, or the government bodies, if they can have an open platform where they can actually allow companies like us to demonstrate the problems that we have solved or identified and how we are actually solving it, it may give a better solution or a quicker accelerated journey to implementing the great vision that the government has. Because money alone will not help. I guess it's a joint effort of the mindsets that are coming into the country, along with the government combining and looking at a solution and looking at a problem and giving it a solution.
As a business, I want to know that because you are a startup business, so what kind of difficulties have you faced them and how you overcome from them? Like as an organization, as an institute, what kind of difficulties have you faced? Because startup company, we are emerging as a like startup country in the world, but still our startups has a lot of problems. So what kind of problem you have faced and how you can overcome them?
So I think the beauty about any new idea, okay, I believe India as a country has always been a country of startups. We've always had such great companies that have come up, or great ideas that have come up and applied. I think, and आज के time में obviously the world has become a lot more evolved. So certainly, earlier only a few could think of having their own venture or their own business, but due to this new ecosystem, a lot of people can come up with their own ideas and build a journey out of it. The Okay, so startup is it's a great idea to have a great like you always have a lot of ideas, but the beauty is आपको अच्छा idea आया, you're able to apply that idea, and you're able to actually see it grow. Okay, but now what happens is, one is the idea, second is the actual journey of achieving that idea, and that's where a lot of evolution actually happens. So like for example, we started the journey with one particular vision, but as we moved further, as we developed the product, we realized there's a lot of evolution that kept on adding. So I guess most important part is the idea is only a germ of a thought. As it grows, the more one has to have an open mind to let the idea adapt to the newer directions that it naturally needs to unfold to. And I think just keep an open mind actually, you know. And then the challenges aate hain, but it is not something which is not expected. I guess one has to keep going and just stay focused on the dream.
तो एडटेक इंडस्ट्री को लेके मेरा जैसे मेरे मतलब ये आखिरी सवाल होगा जहां तक मुझे लगता है कि जो आने वाले नए लोग इसमें जुड़ना चाहते हैं, टेक इंडस्ट्री में आना चाहते हैं, कुछ नया करना चाहते हैं, कुछ नए आइडियाज के साथ आ रहे हैं, जैसे आप लोग एक नए आइडियाज खाता है कि सिंप्लीफाई किया, आपने चीजों को सिंप्लीफाई किया, एक स्टूडेंट के लिए भी एक फीचर थी, सो जो ऐसे लोग आते हैं उनके लिए कुछ अगर आप एक मैसेज देना चाहें या उनको इंस्पायर करना चाहें, क्योंकि मुझे सामने पता कि कोडिंग करना सबको लगता तो है, लेकिन फिर बीच में आके देवर लाइक नहीं नहीं हमसे नहीं हो पा रहा है, दे गिव अप। सो उन लोगों
हाँ,
को मोटिवेट करने के लिए उनके कोई एक मैसेज अगर आप देना चाहें प्लीज।
I think the only thing I can say is, I think once you have an idea, just believe in it. And the only way to see it through whether it's going to work or no is to go to the end of the journey instead of leaving it midway. You know. And for us as well, we've been building this product for about 3 years now, and we are quite proud from where we started to where we have arrived. And I think it's an exciting journey, and I think one should not give the excitement should not die out. That whole thrill of making a beautiful product or a beautiful idea come to life should stay with you at every step, and that's the
So
only way it'll happen.
yeah. So because you are coming in the India's STEM mission, India STEM mission. So what are your expectation and how you are seeing this platform like?
Yeah, that's a good one. So, I'm honestly looking at the challenge which we discussed some time back is the audience of the government officials or the ministers. I think my hope is that I will get some audience, some visibility, and some attention of the authorities, because we have built a beautiful product, a completely truly make in India product, and a lot of technology has actually gone into it. And I would be very proud to say that we have one of the most advanced platforms in this space ever that anyone can offer. Okay. And I think getting the right audience and getting the right guidance and support is what I'm expecting out of this event.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for giving your time to
Yeah.
us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Arti.